Well, good morning and welcome back to Westcliff Koi Pond. Well, I thought it was only the winter time when things were a little bit quiet and you had no content to put on these videos. It seems like the summer's going the same. It's just been so hot. There's really not been a lot of content to put on here, apart from talking about the heat and the pigs, really. The old pond pigs. Oh, they're just voracious, to say the least. Unbelievably hungry. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just reaching over to get them a bit of food. Here, piglets. Yeah, the old piglets are voracious. I know, as I'm sure everybody else's fish are. So not a great deal to talk about really, guys. The two new fellas in the pond are doing well. The two little achievers. Again, I haven't done a video again. I don't know, must be 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks I should think. Just a combination of the heat, being under the weather myself. I think I'm really not coping with this heat. What with the breathing and everything else. Plus I've had another problem there with dizziness. I've had to go to the balance and dizzy clinic, and they've sorted me out, but this heat is unreal. It's nice we've had a week of a bit cooler evenings, or this sort of sleep at night alright. But I thought we'd get at it today. I'm sure I've done this before and put it on video. About the filter floss. Now you know I put floss in both of these top boxes. I mean, look at this, look, that's disgusting. That is 24 hours and it is solid. The skimmer, well, the guys are just ripping the plants apart and just, it's all ending up in the skimmer. I mean, how on earth you stop them from pulling the plants apart? I don't know. Look, he's even had to sit over there now, having a go at the lily. They just won't leave them alone. I think you could throw a pork chop in there at the moment and they'd eat it. So I'll get on with this floss, and we'll put it in the wash. I'll put it in the washing machine, and I'll show you the results. What comes out of it? It's absolutely disgusting. You would not believe it's just 24 hours, but I can promise you it is. "24 hours and it's a mess." He's one of the main culprits who eats all the plants. He's a big chap. There's the other piglet. Anyway, I'll get this floss on the wash, and I'll get back. Right, so that's the skimmer floss as it goes back in, nice and clean. Put some stones on top, otherwise it just floats up out the top. But I say we got this off of Jamie. For the life of me I can't remember the name of his channel, but he was flogging it for 40 quid, so I took it off of Jamie, and once I'd had it a few weeks, he came back on and said, "Oh Ron," he said, "I wish I'd kept it now." He said, "I'm going to have to go out and buy another one." But they're worth their weight in gold, really. The amount of crap they take out of there, it's unreal. I'll pop that back in there. Got all my nice clean filter floss in at the top. Let's turn that back on. Poor old grass is suffering, look at it. Everything's all drying out, going crispy. I think the only things that are thriving are the tomatoes. They're coming on nicely. Not a very nice flavour though, to be quite honest. We normally get the nice little sweet ones. But I don't know what's happened to these. These are just massive great things. And don't seem to have any flavour in them at all. Still. Look at that bunch down there, look. You think some of them has some flavour, wouldn't you? A bit like all the supermarkets. You just go and buy tomatoes and it's just a load of water. Terrible. Boop. Right, so that's that back up and running. We'll walk down here and I'll show you the filth that comes out of that. I'm sure I've done all this before, but it's worth to do another one. Worth it to see again, the actual filth that comes out of here. It's unreal. So this obviously is a second-hand washing machine we bought for 40 quid. But the thing is, you can't let it do a full cycle because the bearings are out of it, and boy, the noise it makes, it's unreal. So if we put this on, it starts off at just put it on a rinse. Starts off at 45 minutes, and you wait till it gets down to 39. It starts pumping out. So once it's pumped out, you just return it back to 45 minutes. Do that about 4 or 5 times really, and it all comes out nice and clean again. Well, as clean as that anyway. So really all that's doing by doing this is the same job as a Tempest. What's a Tempest? 150 quid last time I looked. So I'd possibly want 2 up there, possibly even want 3 to get the same results as what I'm getting here. Oh, it's a bit of a pain, I know, but so's pumping out a Tempest every day of the week. And it has to be done daily, because if you don't do it daily, I mean, this stuff just blocks up and it all just starts to overflow and then runs back into the pond. So it just, yeah, it's a little bit of care, well, which you've got to do anyway, haven't you? If you're keeping fish, you've got to give them a little bit of care, bless them. I suppose the best way to do it is just to stop feeding them. Because they do make a bit of a mess. Oh, we're getting close to a pump out now, guys. So, I think it's all very quiet on the old video stakes at the moment, isn't it? I mean, look. That is just, oh, how can you describe that? A slurry of algae and fish poo soup. Algae and fish poo soup. Unreal, isn't it? That's in 24 hours. And you ain't got nothing on there like that. You see some of these ponds that are green, that is what the fish are swimming around in. So once that finishes pumping out like that, I go over here and press cancel. That stops it going into berserk mode when the bearings are screaming. And this just pumps out again for another 2 minutes. And then I start that cycle all over again. And I say I do that cycle 4 or 5 times. And then the floss, not as good as new, but it's very good. I'm going to drop this camera one day, and I know I am. So you're pumping that out every day, every morning I do it normally. But then when you're getting water quality like this, it's worth every effort, because that water is crystal clear. That's 4'6" deep, and I can see every stone on the bottom. Well pleased. They all seem pleased with it as well. Oh, we've got an open day here on Sunday. We've got the Kent koi keepers coming over. So I think there's about 20 of them coming over Sunday. Get here about 12:30, and they're just there for a lunch break because they're doing a tour of Essex koi keepers ponds. So that'd be interesting. Keepers on their toes for an hour and a half or so. And then in August the 2nd, we're doing a return visit to Kentish koi keepers. So I should do a video on that one as well. That's the 2nd of August. Write it in your books. 2nd of August, and I guess I'll do a few videos on their ponds as we go around there. As I say, these have all been behaving themselves. I have I give them a couple of treatments again with that formaldehyde, which I keep talking about. Doesn't seem to have the same stuff in it, you know. But when I used to dose this up, I used to dose it up with 400 ml of that formaldehyde. And when you pour it into the watering can and stir it up, I just stir it up with like the old bamboo stick, and it used to really colour the stick up. And when I first got this new stuff, I've done the same, stirred it up, and I thought, oh, it just run off of it like really wishy-washy. And I've put it in here, and whereas you couldn't see anything, it would just be blue. As I used to call it, my blue lagoon, it used to go really blue for 24, 48 hours. This was clear within sort of half a day, 12 hours, it was clear again. So I weren't very pleased with that at all. So I've started up in the dose. So I've gone from 400, 450. I think the last dose I've put in here is 600. And it's still really not clearing the water. I suppose I had a couple of flashes in here, but at least they've stopped. You still get the odd one, flash. I don't think I've ever seen a pond yet where you don't get a fish, flick or flash. Even look at the fish at the National. They're all out there flicking and flashing, even in the vats. So I don't think any pond's clear of everything anyway. As you know, as they say, if these guys get an itch, they're going to flick. It's alright for us to have a scratch, isn't it? They can't. So I think on that note, I'm going to cut this one off, and I'll definitely try to get back to you before I go to Kent, which is on the 2nd of August. So I'll get this one done, get this one posted up, and I'll see you all on the next one. Enjoy the cooler weather, guys, and let's just hope it stays a little bit cooler. We don't want them 38 degrees, especially down here. It's absolutely roasting. Anyway, guys, enjoy the warm weather anyway. Well, I'll catch you on the next one.